Don't know if you knew this or not, but every year the new calendar brings hundreds of new laws around the country. This morning, we're going to take a look at some of those that impact our community. Our justice correspondent, Candace Kelley, is joining us live this morning to talk about it. Good morning to you, Candace. Always great to see you.
Good morning.
Yeah, look, no one likes getting these medical bills, right, that are different from when they actually went to the doctor. So which state is trying to put an end to those surprises?
So actually, this is something that is a federal law now called the No Surprises Act. So everybody benefits from this law because, as you said, so many people do go to the doctors, especially when they go to an ambulance and to the hospital, and then they get caught up between their primary insurance and then insurances that are maybe not particular in a certain arena that you don't get coverage. Then all of a sudden you have this bill and you have to negotiate whether or not to pay this, probably on the average $2,700 to $3,000 bill or not, and fight with this.
Mm.
So the Biden administration had been working hard, and now it finally went into effect, and we all can go through the process and not get these surprise bills and not have to negotiate it. It is not allowed. And in fact, it says that if you are uninsured, this particular law says if you're uninsured, that you have to be told specifically of all of the charges that are to come,
Hmm.
and then you have to sign off on it. So no surprises here. I know that you have a graphic for who this actually affects. This affects those people who have health coverage from an employer, health insurance from what is called the marketplace, and health insurance plans that are purchased from an insurer. So that's quite a bit of people. But even if you are uninsured, the rule has changed there. You have to be informed, and you can opt out if you want so that you do not get that bill, Mike.
No, it's a shame that it was actually legal in the first place. So happily, these things are changing now because of the healthcare issues that we have in this country. Obviously, we still got a lot of them to deal with. But meanwhile, let's move on because no CRT, no critical race theory. But Illinois, it seems they want to make sure Asian American history isn't forgotten there. Why is that happening?
Well, listen, this has been an ongoing battle, and there have been a number of Asians who've been in the news, especially because of the pandemic. There's been heightened interest and concern over Asian Americans and how they're treated and perceived in America. So, a group of legislators got together and said, listen, we want to make sure that Asian American history is taught in public schools. And that is now the law in Illinois, which is very interesting, as you said, in a time when critical race theory cannot be taught. Illinois is a little bit ahead of the game here and said, well, at least let's take care of Asian Americans, even though there's this ongoing battle with Blacks. Specifically, the law says that Asian Americans in civil rights, Asian Americans in certain wars, that all of that, it goes into specifics about what has to be taught into the classroom in order to change the way that Asian Americans are being perceived in this country, and hopefully to change some of the views about them so that they won't be victims as of attacks, because as you know, those types of attacks did rise over the past couple of years, especially since we've been inside for COVID, Mike. So a big deal there, especially again, because critical race theory is not something that people want. But here we go. Illinois has slipped in Asian Americans and the history of them being taught in public schools.
Yeah, the Asian American community definitely needs to be protected, and they definitely need to have their history taught. But once again, maybe the history of whites against Asian Americans probably not the same as the history of whites against African Americans in this country, and maybe in the state of Illinois. Okay. Meanwhile, one of the newest laws in California is a direct result of the pandemic here, Candace, and it has to do with how and where we consume alcohol. Tell us about
Absolutely. So here's the deal. We're talking about a California law that is good now through 2026. It was supposed to end at the end of last year. Interesting saying that. We're just in the middle of in the beginning of 2022, but the end of 2021, it was supposed to end there. Here's what this law says. This law says that you can still
it.
take alcoholic beverages to go. Now, this is making a lot of people happy because during the pandemic, you couldn't go inside the bars. And
Hmm.
then on the other end, the bars were losing a lot of money, or restaurants with bars and liquor licenses that depended upon that to pay for the liquor license and to pay for rent and to pay for anything that they had going on. They couldn't get anything from that particular stream of income. So you were able to, during the pandemic, take liquor to go, take drinks to go. Some people even have it delivered to their home. That being said, that right to take liquor home is not going to end. It's going to continue until 2026, which certainly makes sense in terms of the pandemic, because a lot of people saw the pandemic coming to an end, perhaps at the end of 2021. We know, Mike, that is not the case. And in order to keep businesses in business, this is going to continue in California, at least until 2026. Hopefully, that's no indication as to how long the pandemic will last, but that is when this continues until.
Okay. And we know how expensive alcohol is here in the state of California, especially at the bar sometimes. I mean, you get your food bill. If you've had alcohol compared to not having alcohol, totally different. So you're trying to tell me, and I didn't even realize this was going on here in the state of California, that if I order a drink, Candace, and I don't finish my drink, they can give me a cup to pour my drink into, and I can walk out of that establishment with that cup in hand?
Exactly. And this is because of the fact that, as I said, a lot of businesses were suffering so much. You think about Cheers, think about those people who babysit the bar, who just give their money all day and really find comfort and camaraderie and sitting in bars and bar situations. And then all of a sudden that was gone. No income. And as you said, when you get your bill, alcohol is normally the highest on that bill. So legislators in California got together and said, you know what? We're going to extend this. We need to extend this when it comes to businesses because there's so many different variations of COVID coming through that we're going to continue this alcohol to go, not even just necessarily for the purposes of businesses, but maybe to keep people, some people saying on the other side, Mike, that this is going to extend until 2026. So if you want your alcohol and you pick up that burger and fries, you can take some alcohol to go, take it home and enjoy it there. You're happy. The business is happy because they get your money, and hopefully businesses will be able to survive because of this law in California.
All right, let's get it right. All right, so don't, if you're driving, don't take it to go then, if you're especially drinking and driving at the same time. But if you get the alcohol and you're riding with somebody and you want to take the drink that you haven't finished with you, you can do that. This is going to save my marriage here, Candace. I don't know if you noticed or not, but sometimes, I'm ready to go. I paid for the bill. My wife still has a full glass of wine right there. And I'm like, you ready to go? Can I finish my wine? Can I finish my wine? I'm just, so now I can say, hey, just get you a cup. We can just roll on out and you can enjoy that on the way home. You can take it with you.
Yeah, to bring up an interesting point in that a lot of people have criticized this saying, well, what does this do about people who maybe drive away drunk? I mean, you have to follow the same rules, of course, with any other alcohol that you have. You have to keep it closed. You can't consume it. You can't be drunk. But in terms of actually purchasing it, that is the goal, to keep that commerce going and to keep those businesses alive and to keep your wife and to get your wife to bring that wine right on home.
That should be a law right there. Happy life. It means a happy wife. We definitely know that.
Mike,
Candace,
you got it.
I'm trying this time. I'm really trying. I can't. 3 strikes and I'm really out. They said third time's a charm. I'm trying to make it work this time, Candace. Doing my best. Candace, so come back next hour because you got some more laws you want to tell us about coming up on Start Your Day.
Indeed.